copyright, but I had to play it. Woo! Yes. Oh my. God is good this morning. Amen, somebody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is March 10th, 2026. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I hope you had a great day on yesterday. I hope you had a great night last night, or you're having a great morning if you're somewhere else in the country looking at this video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all that wonderful stuff. My name is Cece. If this is your first time watching a video of mine, and my name is Cece, this channel is called Cece's Fashion is My Passion, because fashion is my passion. And over here on this platform, we do more than fashion. We do retail shopping, we do vlogs, we do car chats down the road, Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Sunday, usually. We do live streams 3 times a week. And we had a great one last night. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It was good. I think we hit only one person. I came on early, and it seems as if the people that come on, anytime I come on after 7 o'clock Central Time here in the States, in Chicago, or after 8 o'clock, all the drug babies, drug addicts, weirdos, lick the window, on the short bus people come on. When it's earlier, it seems to not have that many of those type of folk. But I can't always promise that I will come on that early. But because yesterday was a very beautiful day here in the city of Chicago, we hit 72 degrees. I decided to sit out in the car and just enjoy the sunshine and the weather, because we're getting ready to have some severe thunderstorms this afternoon or this evening. And, we're going to have some severe thunderstorms. So, I know I won't be on today. I try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Come on. I switch it up. I don't always come on exactly the dates or the days that I say. Sometimes I just, don't feel like it. I'm just being 100. Sometimes I just don't feel like dealing with the BS that comes with this channel. Not the channel itself, but dealing with people that are bullies, like the cyber bully, pick on you, all those things, So, I got my scarf around my neck because the temperature is supposed to drop. So, I felt like I was coming down with a cold yesterday. And I was like, because my partner, which, I'll be so glad when I go back to having a non-partner. She sneezed. And she said it was, I know she suffers from sinus infection. And she sneezed. But I do think you can get you can catch a sinus infection from somebody. I don't know. I could be wrong. But you know how you get that little tingle in your mouth when you're getting ready to have a cold, when you're coming down with something? That's how I kind of felt yesterday. So I hurried up and drank some Tylenol when I got home, because I get up every morning with a runny nose anyway. So I'm always dealing with my sinuses as it is. But she was not coughing, but sneezing. And she hadn't taken her Benadryl. And then I got to think about people spitting, if you didn't know. And I got to think about people blowing their nose. I cannot stand for people to blow their nose and not go to, but she couldn't. We was in the, we weren't near a bathroom. We weren't at a bathroom. She's blowing her nose, spitting out the window, talking on the phone, all day long. My peace and quiet is gone. I can't listen to my house music, my gospel music. I can't listen to my YouTube videos. I can't watch nothing on YouTube no more. I used to sit my phone up, and while I would drive, I would listen to content creators while I did my work. Nope, because she's on the phone all damn day. I will be so glad when they give me this assignment and it's just me. And I like her. She my girl. I just don't want to be with nobody but me. I want to be with me. I like to do me how I want to do me. I decide how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. And she don't have no problem with it because I've been doing it. And I don't know, they just kind of like stuck her with me because they was having things, because she got into it with one of the big bosses, and they pulled her out of the area she was and put her with me. I need a break. And I don't want to say that to the bosses, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm talking about, or I'm telling her, and I don't want to do that. But she be like, I'll drive. It's okay, I'll drive. And I know that's part of that might be a control factor for me. But I don't like, I don't like everybody driving, and I'll drive. I go get the key and I drive. It's my van, all my phone and everything is hooked up to that van. And anyhow, y'all, so today is Truthful Tuesday, is what I was gonna say. If you're here for the very first time on Tuesday, we do Truthful Tuesday, and that is your opportunity to vent or to talk about what your truth is and how you feel about stuff. Okay, so my Truthful Tuesday is that. It's just what I said. Oh, Jesus, Lord in heaven. My Truthful Tuesday is I want to be back by myself. I want to be doing this assignment by myself. I am looking forward to the day that they give her something else. It ain't no shade. I just don't want to. I like to be by myself. I just do. I just do. You know, I just do. Like she gonna tell me last week, we were sitting there once, she's like, well, we need to get moving. We've been sitting here too long. I said, they ain't checking that. Chill out. You know, she's bossy. You know, real bossy. But she know I'm not the one, because I hadn't told her. You know, after that last incident. But my Truthful Tuesday today is I want to be alone. One of my girlfriends has a Facebook group, and she started that Truthful Tuesday with people, and she do it on her personal page. And my Truthful Tuesday is I want to be by myself. That's my truth. That's my truth. I enjoy being alone. I do. I just do. So if you have a truth that you want to share, go ahead. We do not judge here. We listen. Write it in the comment section. I don't care what it is. Whatever your Truthful Tuesday is, write it in the comments. We want to hear about it. We want to hear about it. We want to hear about it. Maybe we can help you. So, you know, yesterday we had the live stream, and we talked about a lot of different stuff. You know, I told you all about, you know, my testimony regarding, shared with you all things that Christopher's sperm donor did to me, and how toxic the relationship had become. It did not start out like that, but it had become that. And it was very tumultuous. I don't know the correct word, how to pronounce that, but it was. And I shared that with you, and I shared it with you all to say, if any woman or man is in an abusive relationship, get out. And then, you know, I want to say this. I want to make myself very, very clear. When we come on the live stream and people write comments and they share a story or a situationship or a situation that's going on with them, you know, I want you to feel I want you to have a safe space to be able to come on and see if the family, because we're a family, if the fam can help you, right? But I also don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, okay, about sharing anything and feeling like we're pounding on them or we're jumping on them, or we trying to find out your business or whatever. But yesterday we were looking for Priscilla because we wanted to know what was going on with her. And I just came right out and said, what is it? What y'all doing? What's going on with, your situation? And I'm just gonna say this for every woman that's looking at me, and I'm talking to the women right now. I'm not talking to the men, but I'm not bashing you as well. But I am gonna talk about you. And when I say I'm gonna talk about you, I'm gonna talk about you in the reference when it is referring to relationships and toxicity. And so what I want to say to women is that, oftentimes, we hold on to people that we think that we can't let go because we think that we can't do no better, and we think that, we feel like, I don't want to start over again. I don't want to get to know somebody all over again. I don't want to, I'm getting older, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, right? But what I want to say is that you have to know and you have to believe that the God above has something in store for your life. You understand what I'm saying? He's got something in store for your life. And so I'm going to tell you all a quick story, because Priscilla's story sounds a lot like my story. When I was telling you all last week about the man that I dated for 14 years off and on, and when she says that her situation is off and on, and they've been together all these years, that was me and Daryl. His name was Daryl. And Daryl was a narcissist. But see, I didn't know what narcissism was. And Anthony, Christopher's father, sperm donor, because I would never give him the title father, sperm donor, he is a narcissist as well. But I didn't really understand what that behavior was until I did a little bit more research, did a little bit more study, and started watching a lot of got like into some Facebook groups and stuff, things of that nature. Didn't really know what that behavior was. Didn't know the word for it. But Priscilla's situation seems a lot like my situation with Daryl. Daryl and I used to work at the University of Chicago at the hospital. I met Daryl because he was a surgical anesthesiologist, surgical tech. He used to prepare the room for the surgeries and all of that, right? And then when the surgery was over, he would have to go in and clean the room up, or he would have he would bring the needles in, all that stuff. So he was an anesthesiologist tech, and that's how I think he got sick, because he worked in that operating room, and I think he got something called like MRSA or something that affected his body that he didn't even realize. Okay, but anywho, we met because one day I was in the cafeteria getting me some breakfast. There was a cafeteria in the basement of the hospital, and they would cook your breakfast for you. You would come in and there was a menu or whatever, and they would ask you what you wanted, and they would cook your breakfast. So I would always go down there in the morning and I would get me some breakfast. And he too would be down there. So this one particular day, I had seen him before and thought that he was really good looking. Thought that he was really a good looking guy, right? And so I was standing there ordering my breakfast, and then he walked up. he started ordering his breakfast. And I don't remember what he said exactly to me, but he started talking to me. And I started talking to him. And, we struck up a conversation. And, okay, come on now. What is we doing? Oh, somebody else right here. Go around. Hey, go around. Right, where the fuck you going? Where you going? You in such a hurry, you ain't nowhere for you to go. It's traffic. Dummy. He up here blowing. Fuck you blowing for? Because you late. Anyway, so Daryl and I we struck up a conversation and we started talking, And, we was just talking about numerous things. So he asked me what my name was, and I told him. He told me what his name was, and like I said, we just began to talk. So he would see me in there every morning, and finally he asked me, was I dating anyone? Was I seeing anyone? And could he get my phone number? So he was getting ready to leave out of the cafeteria one day, and I was sitting there. My sister also worked there, which she still works there. And he motioned, told me to come here to the door. So I did. And he was like, I would like to take you out. Can I get your phone number? Dumbass. And so, I was good with that. Hold on, you all. Let me go in here. Oh, crapola. I keep forgetting to put this thing. Oh, man. Where is it? There's my wallet. I keep forgetting that we got to tap the door now. I keep forgetting. I'll be back, y'all. keep forgetting that we gotta tap this thing now. Can't get in the building without it. I keep forgetting. Yeah, that's my seat belt. Is this gate open? Yeah, so I'm gonna finish telling y'all the story. Hold on one second, because I got the key. Now I gotta go in here. I gotta go in here and punch in. I want to finish telling y'all this story about him. Okay, let me go punch in. I don't know how the hell I'm parked in this parking spot. My hand will not work. It won't work. And I am not punching in at no other clock. I'm saying I punch in right here because I parked down here. That's it, that's all. It won't work. He registered me 4 or 5 times down here. And it will not work. It will not work. Don't know why. But anyway, so Daryl and I began to have a relationship. And I was so smitten by him. I mean, I was smitten. And he really liked me, and I really liked him. And so people then began to notice that we were dating. Well, little did I know, he had dated a few ladies at the hospital. One in particular, her name was Tony. So when I got this job working, so then I got a job working in anesthesia. Okay, I wasn't even working in that department. I was working in the Department of Medicine. So I got laid off from the Department of Medicine. And I had applied for a job in anesthesiology to be a secretary in anesthesiology. So I ended up getting it. And lo and behold, he worked in the surgical part. So I was in the office part, he was in the surgery part. And he wore scrubs and, you know, he wore the scrubs and stuff, and he would be in the operating room. So I come to find out that he started dating this girl. He had been dating this girl named Tony. Okay. Tony and I ended up becoming really, really good friends. Well, Tony and I friendship ended when she found out I was pregnant with Christopher, because she had no children and she was a little bit older than me, and I still don't think she had any children. And she just had she was a tall girl, pretty girl, but she was heavy, and she had some insecurities about her weight. Okay, so Daryl and I dated, and everybody knew that we were dating. And you know, our relationship was just blooming. It was just blossoming. You know, everything was wonderful. Everything was great. I was in love. Well, I fell in love with him. He never fell in love with me. See, narcissists never fall in love with you. They want you around, or want you to be around for them. So as time went on, you know, we were dating and doing the things that we were doing and everything like that. Daryl became verbally abusive. And he started telling me how, which way does this umbrella go? He started telling me things like, you know, oh, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. If you did this and you did that, if you were like this and if you were like that, you know, I would marry you. Because he knew how badly I wanted to get married. Okay? At that time, I was 26 years old when I met him. I was 26. So at that age, I wanted to get married. So I thought. I didn't know no better. So I was constantly, when did he get a new car? That's nice. So I was constantly talking to him about marriage and, you know, all these different things. And his excuse was, you know, I'm not going to tell you all what he used to call me, because then you would know my nickname that my family called me. He started calling me that too. And I don't want y'all calling me that. No offense, but I just don't. Because it's a few people that call me that, even on Facebook, that have taken that name. And that's a name that my dad called me. I really don't like for other people to call me that, you know. But he would call me this all the time. I don't know where he heard it. I don't know if he heard my dad call me. But he started calling me this name. Calling me this nickname. Then my dad, I told y'all my dad named me. So my dad came up with the nickname, a part of my nickname, Sherelle. He came up, my name is Sherelle. He came up with that in my name. He came up with a name within a name. And family, only my father's family would call me that, because my dad would call me that. Okay? Also, my sister's name, he had a nickname in her name for her too. And only my father, not my mother, only my dad would call us these nicknames. My mother never, she has said it a couple of times, but not like my father. So because my father said it so much, his family started saying it too. And everybody called us that. My sister had a nickname in her name, and I had a nickname in my name. But I would never tell y'all what it is. Maybe I will one day, but I don't want y'all to start calling me that. So I got a girlfriend that I went to high school with, because I wrote it in my dad's speech to him when he died. She called me that, and she called me that all the time on Facebook. And I be wanting to say, girl, stop it, stop calling me that, because every time she says it, it makes me think about my dad. Kind of make me sad. But anyway, Daryl would call me this nickname all the time, and so this is how he would talk to me. You know, I would marry you if you were this. I would marry you if you did that. I would marry you if you was, it was always a reason why he would marry me, but couldn't marry me because I wasn't like, hold on a second. Did you get a new ride? Hey, you get a new ride? I like it.
I like it.
It's nice.
I love my other one. They started having engine issues.
Oh, yeah.
And I corrected a couple of them, and it was going to be a piston, and it was like early signs of that, and I'm like, before this fucking check engine light goes on, I'm going to trade it in while I have some value on it.
I just put a new engine in this car year before last.
You can't go wrong with Toyota, though.
I've had a couple of problems with it. I don't know why. I think I got a lemon. You know, a lemon in a lemon. You know what I mean? Like, it was new, but
lemon back in the day.
I think it was brand new, but I still think it was a lemon. It was right off the showroom because I paid it off. This car is like 13 years old.
Yeah.
But
car.
yeah, and I got a new transmission.
Dang. Yeah, that's a lot.
I just don't want the. I know. I just don't.
I run. First sign of bullshit, I'm gone.
You
Same
know.
with here. Same bullshit, I run.
I just don't want a car note. Because my mortgage is kind of high. I just don't want a car note.
I understand.
Yeah. I'm just.
What I've always done, which I was taught at a young age, when you start with your first car, when you're done paying it off, whatever your payment is, you continue to stash that money.
Right.
Live within the same means.
Right. That's true.
And you gotta keep it at least 3 years after you paid off.
Right.
So now you got 3 years plus a trade-in. When you buy your next one.
Right.
That black Jeep I had, it's been paid off for like over 5 years.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And some, and then your tax money and like whatever.
Right. Well, that's nice. That's
Thank
real
you.
sharp.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. See you later. He's one of the laborers that work here. I knew he had a new car. I thought that was a new car. He must have got it last night because he didn't have it yesterday. But anyway, so he always had a reason for why he could not marry me. It was always something wrong with me. Always. If you would just, if you was just more ladylike, if you was this, if you was that, I don't care. He always had an excuse. Always. He never put his hands on me, but he put his words on me. And his words were just as detrimental as his hands. Because he beat me down. He beat me down to the ground. Every fiber of self-esteem, self-worth, whatever I had, he stripped me and stripped me and stripped me and stripped me until I had nothing left. And I wasn't, I don't know why I allowed him to do that to me, because I had a mother who, but my mother talks about how, my father kind of like would do her self-esteem like that. But I came from a lineage of strong women. And my mother one day told me, my mother was a substance abuse counselor. She was director of a substance abuse program. One day, I don't know what we were talking about, right? And I said to my mother, I said, I am so glad I never did drugs. I said, I'm so glad that you took me with you to all the meetings and this, that, and the other. I said, I'm so glad I never did drugs. I never got high. She said to me, I'll never forget it. My mother looked at me and she said, you on drugs? I said, who? She said, you. I said, who, mama? Who on drugs? She said, you. I said, I ain't on no drugs. She said, yes, you are. I said, mama. She said, you on drugs. She said, but your drugs ain't cocaine. Your drugs ain't weed. Your drugs ain't crack. She said, your drugs is Daryl. She said, you just like a drug addict. And that's what I wanted to tell Priscilla last night about her situation. Anytime you can't let something go and something or somebody has control over you, you're an addict. Because you have given that thing, that situation, that person control over you. And a lot of you all are in toxic, demonic relationships with people, and you are so addicted that you cannot see it. You have these are what we call blinders. You have blinders on. You are addicted to the disrespect. You are addicted to the abuse, the neglect, the abandonment. You are addicted to all the things. We are addicted to our abusers. We make excuses for them. That's what drug addicts do. Drug addicts make all kinds of excuses why they get high. Well, you know, I can stop anytime I want to. Well, then why don't you? Why don't you? So when my mother said that to me, I said, wait a minute. She said, you are an addict. She said, you are addicted to him. She said, because, and when I heard Priscilla last night say, and I'm just using Priscilla as an example. I don't want to beat up on Priscilla, okay? Because I was a Priscilla. I've been Priscilla. Time and time and time and time and time again. I've been her. I was just recently her with the ex-friend. Not in the same manner, but always, you know, I was crazy about him. I wish he had been different with me. We would still be together. We would still be good. But he not that type. He not that. He not that man. You know, he not that man. He not that man. But I've been that so many times, you know, I've been that. So when my mother said that to me, she said, you cannot leave him alone. And when I tell y'all that it really hurt me when my mother said that to me, but it was the truth. It was the truth. And she said, no matter what he does to you, she said, you don't like how he treats you. She said, you don't like it. She said, but you keep sticking around thinking that it's gonna get better. You keep sticking around thinking he gonna treat you better. You keep sticking around thinking that he's gonna do better. She said he's never gonna do better. She said, because he is who he is. He would make me cry. I mean, I would boo-hoo. I mean, boo-hoo cry. I mean, boo-hoo cry. I remember one time I was in my room. I was just crying. My father made me so mad. He was in his room watching TV. My mother and father's room was next to my room, because my sister had been moved out. And my father, she had got married and everything. My father said, Sherelle, called me like that. And so then I didn't say nothing. So he came out the room and he stood in the hallway. He said, What do you keep crying for? He said, he ain't shit. Why are you crying? And I just couldn't stop crying. I just couldn't stop crying. He was like, look, he said, I'm trying to watch TV. He said, and I'm tired of hearing you. I'm tired of hearing you in here crying over a motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you. But I was so deep in that I did not know how to get out. I was so deep in. And that's how I feel Priscilla is. I feel that she's so deep in, she just don't know how to get out. No matter what we tell her, she don't know how to get out. See, we don't understand the dynamics, really understand the dynamics of an addict, what an addict go through. But it's the same thing. You know, when people say, what's your drug of choice? Matt has always been toxic men. You know, and I have always let men do shit to me that they shouldn't have did to me. Hey, Fred.
What's up,
how you doing? I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man.
Good. Have a good day.
You too, man.
I have always been addicted to toxic men. And so the thing that you are addicted to is the thing that you don't need to keep putting back in your life. And I understand, and that's my truth. That's my truth. I have always been addicted to toxic men. The more toxic they were, the more I seemed to be attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? And so I said all this to say that you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice, and you have to make a decision in regards to how long you want to keep getting high. How long do you want to keep allowing somebody to mistreat you? How long? And see, we can all tell somebody, we can all sit here and say, you know, you need to just leave him alone. It's just, for some people, it's just not that easy. And she don't need us to tell her that, because she honestly know that she do need to leave him alone. She knows that. You know, that's without a doubt. But she don't know how. And her story sounds so much like my story. And that's why I can relate to her. And that's why I have empathy for her. Hair or something. Been there, done that. So I know. It's like a drug. It's like a drug. It's sad, but it's true. So, you know, we just have to keep praying for Priscilla, because until Priscilla is ready, to get out of that, to give them drugs up, which is that man, and stop being and be more addicted to herself than anything, it's nothing that we can do. And I say this all the time to you ladies, men will always come back to you. They will. They will always come back. They will always come back because they know that they can. Men don't come back usually. Most men don't come back because they sorry or they miss you or they know that they mistreated you. Most men will come back to see if they can get more from you than what they left you with. A lot of men like to come back and see what else can I do? I did this. I did that. What else? They ain't coming back to treat you better than what they did. Trust and believe me on that. They don't come back to treat you better. They don't come back in your life. They don't come back to you and say, you know what? I know I messed up the first time. I know I fucked up. I know I did her wrong. I'm going to make sure that I don't do her wrong again. That's not how they operate. They come back to see. They come back, number one, because they know that they can. A man will always come back. Because he always goes back to what was familiar to him and what he knew and what he knew that you would take. So he comes back to the woman that he doesn't have to do much for and much to. See, a man who loves you and care about you, and a man of standard, and a man who's that man, he ain't got to ever come back to you, because he know what he has. And if he does have to come back to you, he gonna come back. He gonna make sure he come back the right way. See, oftentimes men will come back to you and they don't even come back to you the right way. They come back to you with the same BS because you've made no requirements. You've made no provisions. See, Priscilla is going to have to wake up one day and just say, fuck it. I'm not answering no texts. I'm not answering no calls. I'm not changing my number. I'm not changing my address. I'm not doing none of that. She's got a double whammy. She's looking for a job. She says she's broke, so she's depressed and concerned about her finances. And then she has a man that is no support, not helping her, not making her life easy, but making her life hard. Plus the not having a job on top of that. So see, this is what I'm saying, ladies. If you are in a situation where things are going on in your life and you land with somebody, or you call yourself having somebody, and they haven't made life easier and is not making life easier, what we doing? See, because life in itself is a struggle. Life in itself is, you know, life in itself is a lot, you know. So you already got that to deal with, and you already dealing with that. Now, on top of that, you got him. Now you got him. So my Truthful Tuesday is, for everybody looking at this video, I challenge you to give up that drug that you're addicted to. It may not be a man or a woman. It may be a thing or a situation. Anything that you are allowing to take control over you, that you know is not good for you. You know what's good for you, and you know what's not good for you. You know. You know. Some of us need to go into a 12-step program when we're dealing with people. Because people are just as addictive as anything else. Food is an addiction. Sex is an addiction. You know, gambling is an addiction. Hoarding is an addiction. Shopping is addiction. You know. So I said that to you all, is that don't let something take control over you to the point where you don't know how to let it go, is what I'm saying. So I'm praying for you all, and I'm asking you to pray for me. And I hope that we you know, I pray that better days are coming for all of us. So you all have a great day. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Don't forget to write your Truthful Tuesday in the comments. I appreciate every last one of you all. And you know where I'll see you in the next Cece's Fashion is My Passion YouTube video. All right, you all. Peace.